Hello Sec 2 Express. Today we'll be going through further practice 1 and further practice 2. I'll be going through the questions. Now, in further practice 1, they said the graph of y equals to x plus 2, 6 minus x is shown below. It intersects the y-axis at point A and intersects the x-axis at point B and C. They ask you to find the coordinates of point A. Now, coordinates of point A is your y-intercept. As what I taught in my previous lesson, to find the y-intercept, you need to substitute x equals to 0 to find the value of A. For B and C, they are the x-intercepts. To get x-intercept, you need to substitute y equals to 0. Okay, so very simple. To find the coordinates of point A, we sub x equals to 0. So y equals to 0 plus 2, 6 minus 0. Y equals to 12. They want coordinates, but I know my x is 0, my y is 12. So answer is 0, 12. The coordinates of B and C, I will substitute y equals to 0. 0 equals to x plus 2, 6 minus x. This is yellow multiplied by blue gives you 0. So therefore, either the yellow is 0 or the blue is 0. Bring over, this is minus 2, or bring over is 6. But I want coordinates. I know this is minus 2, 0 or 6, 0. Alright, so if we look at the diagram, we know that B is on the negative side, so it's minus 2, 0. C is on the positive side, is 6, 0. Part C is the one that I haven't teach you yet. Now, they want the equation of the line of symmetry. Before I go into the equation of the line of the symmetry, let's do some recap first. Now, if you remember, any vertical line that cuts through the x-axis, the equation is x equals to something, a particular number. X equals to 3 in this case because it cuts through 3. If it's here, 10, then the equation is x equals to 10. Conversely, if you have a horizontal line that cuts the y-axis at 3, this line is y equals to 3. So if you go to come back here, equation of the line of symmetry. Symmetry means the line must be able to cut the graph into half, which means the left side must be equal to the right side. Now, we all know B is minus 2, C is 6. So this line must directly be in between minus 2 and 6. How are you going to get a number in between minus 2 and 6? What you need to do is to just take minus 2 plus 6 divided by 2. That will give you 2. So you know this line cuts the x-axis at 2. So what is the equation? The equation is simply x equals to 2. Alright, so that's for the last part. This should be part A, this should be part B, and this should be part C. Let's take a look at further practice 2. Further practice 2 is a more difficult version of whatever that we have just did. I'm so sorry for the printing. The graph should pass through minus 3, should pass through this minimum point P, should pass through this dash minus 3 and 1. So can you do the amendments on your worksheet? Let's read the question. The graph of y equals to ax squared plus 2x plus c is shown below. Point P is the minimum point on the graph. Find the value of c. We can first write the coordinates of this first. Now, the coordinates of this is 0, minus 3. The coordinates of this is 1, 0. The coordinates of this is minus 3, 0. Find the value of c. I would substitute this point into the equation. Why would I do that? Later you will understand. So I have y equals to ax squared plus 2x plus c. All I need to do is substitute this as the x and the minus 3 as the y. So this is minus 3 equals to a0 square plus 2 plus c. If you realize, this entire part disappears because anything multiplied by 0 gives you 0. So c is negative 3. Got it? The value of c is negative 3. That's why I choose to substitute that value in, because I know I can make a disappear. Now, the equation of the line of symmetry, like what I mentioned above, is half. It cuts like this. So it's in between minus 3 and 1. So how do you get the number in between minus 3 and 1? Just take minus 3 plus 1 divided by 2. You get minus 1. So this is minus 1. So the equation is x equals to minus 1. You must remember to include the x. You cannot just write minus 1. Minus 1 is a number, not equation. They want equation. Let's take a look at part B. Part B says, given that y equals to ax squared plus 2x plus c is expressed as that, show that a equals to 1. Now, when I look at this kind of question, my first intuition that comes to my mind is I should expand this. So let's expand that. Y equals to a, I'm going to expand this, x squared minus x plus 3x minus 3. Y equals to ax squared minus x plus 3x is plus 2x, so it's plus 2ax minus 3a. Okay, obviously a is 1 because we already know that c is minus 3. So this, therefore, minus 3a should be minus 3. And a is definitely 1. Shown. If you don't like, you can use this as well. 2ax. 2ax is 2x. Okay, alternatively, you can do, therefore, 2ax is 2x. So a is definitely 1. Shown. Okay, either way, you have to expand the equation above. Part C. Hence, find the coordinates of point P. Coordinates of point P isn't that difficult because a equals to 1. So you literally have the entire equation to you already. You have y equals to x squared plus 2x minus 3. That is the entire equation. If you substitute a equals to 1 inside and c equals to minus 3 inside the equation. Okay, you sub a is 1 and you sub c is minus 3 inside. That's the equation. How do you find the coordinates of point P? Very simple. We know that the x coordinate of point P is minus 1. But we don't know what is the y. So just substitute minus 1 as x into the equation. So y equals to 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4. So we all know P, the y is minus 4, the x is minus 1. There you go. This is for further practice 2. Once you are done with this, take a photo of this page, further practice 2, post it on OneNote for me to check. Just this page will do. Alright, that's all I have. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to text or call me.